Greetings, this is Tyra Olafemi, your Goddess Guru, here to bring you part 2 of the Goddess Body Mind Spirit community reading for the year 2012. To be honest with you, almost everything I said in part 1 of the video, I had no idea I was going to say. I did not sit down to say all of that, but I guess that's what I needed to say. So the energy governing us this year are Geb and Aset, both speaking in the positive. 2012 is said to be a year of great abundance for us. We need to all connect with the water aspect of ourselves with Yemanya speaking. So connecting to the earth and to water are going to be very important. Geb is the earth. And I talked about the importance of us. What I heard in meditation is that this is a year for us to really understand ourselves, our humanity. What is it really to be human? What is it really? Do you know? Most of us have no idea. So really figuring out that part of you is going to be highly beneficial for you this year. I was reading a book about the Akashic Records. And if you're not familiar with the Akashic Records, it's spelled A-K-A, S is in Sam, H-I-C, Akashic Records. And I really liked what I read this morning. I thought, okay, I waited to read this today because I knew I was making the video. And again, Geb is the energy governing us this year. Geb governed us last year. And so here we are again, working with the energy of the earth. And I can't emphasize enough, our connection to the earth is going to help us understand better who we are. When we take care of the earth, we're taking care of ourselves. And I just have to plug from the Native American tradition. It is said that the decisions we make today are made with 7 to 9 generations beyond us in mind. Are you living that way? Are you spending your time or making whatever you do, are you considering the impact that what you're doing today will have on generations down the road? When it comes to the earth, we really need to think about these things. And I was saying in part 1 that I have come to realize that some of the things I thought I wanted, I just flat out wanted them because that's what I thought I should want. I'm 41, almost 42, just now really figuring out some things like my programming. We all need to get deprogrammed, people, okay? And then allow the natural truth of who and what we are to emerge. We want to bring it from the background to the foreground of who and what we are. Our divine nature is what we want leading, guiding, and directing us. And so one of the things that I want is a natural home. Now, I feel if there is a house that has already been built, and, you know, we're cutting down trees and all that kind of good stuff. Now, I don't know how they're doing it in other parts of the world, but I'm in America. And I watch the houses go up and it's wood frames. Trees are being cut down to build these homes. And I think to myself, what is more important? And, of course, when trees are going down, land is being cleared to make these homes. And so I began to wonder, maybe a couple of years ago, what's really more important? Land with trees that are reproducing themselves or clearing the land to build these homes that are destined to fall down and decay at some point. Or if we can remodel and all that kind of good stuff, I'm for that. So I'm all about finding spots that have already been there for a while and living in those. But I'm also in the understanding now that the way we build homes in this country are not necessarily the only way to do things. And so there are natural homes. People around the world live in homes made of natural material. And when it's time to move on, that home could just go back to the earth, and we're not leaving a footprint that is so deep and entrenched that it will take the earth a while to bring itself back, so that it's easy to rejuvenate and have nature continue on and resources for 7 to 9 generations down the road. We really have to think about these kinds of things. We're encroaching on nature too much. So there's so many different homes out there that are natural. What I want to just share in this video is straw, S-T-R-A-W, straw bale, B-A-L-E, homes. If you don't know what they are, just look them up. Okay, so this is a year for us to really and truly connect with the earth. Remember that when we take care of the earth, we're taking care of us. The more we know and learn from nature, the more we will understand who and what we are and how we're supposed to operate. You want to understand the divine laws of the universe? Let's talk about abundance. Everyone who believes in God will say, God is 100% abundance. There is nothing God can't do. God is an infinite flowing supply. Anything I need, I can get from God. Okay. Look at nature. When you look at the earth, when you study nature, that it is showing you how God works. The difference between us and nature, a lot of times mankind and nature, is our thinking. Our thinking prevents us from accessing the abundance of the universe. So allow yourself to learn more about who and what you are, your humanity, and you will understand just how great and wonderful these bodies are. I take issue with anyone who feels flesh is bad. Flesh was made by God. How in the world is flesh bad? Let me tell you what's bad. Bad is not knowing who you are. Bad is not understanding that we make decisions based on what we know at the time. And when we know better, we can choose to do better. Most of us are not evil people. I would say none of us are evil people. And that anything that we do that causes hurt and harm to other people is really lack of knowing the full truth of who and what we are. And the fact that when I hurt someone else, I'm hurting myself, because we are all one. Lack of knowing truth. That's what most of what all of this bad stuff that goes on in this physical realm is all about. Self-realization. Know who you are. So the body temple is a wonderful thing. In one of my favorite movies, What the Bleep Do We Know, someone called it a bio bodysuit. Think about it. If you've seen the movie Avatar, the way the gentleman would put his consciousness into that body, that blue body. I can't remember the name of the people. It's been so long since I saw the movie, but he would insert his consciousness into that body. And that's all we do. We insert our consciousness into this body. And this body is amazing. It's amazing. That's one of the reasons you want to take care of it. And the fact that many people don't, they are terrible at what they eat, and they're people that use all kinds of chemicals and substances purposefully, like smokers and drug addicts and alcoholics. And the body continues to operate. Is that not amazing? Our bodies are wonderful, magnificent creations. Health is important for 2012. We can have all the health that we desire. We need to educate ourselves on what it is that we need to do in order to have a healthy body. But I love what this book said. It says that one of the things that we need to do is meet God in the temple of our own bodies. Meet God in the temple of our own bodies. How many of us want to be out, in this mystical stratosphere, just this great, powerful, wonderful, magnificent being? But we fail to understand. We got to take care of this. We've got to face the fact that we are in a body. And what does it mean? How do we meet God in the temple of our bodies. One of the ways that we will do it is through the wisdom of Yemonyah. We have to relax a little bit. 2012 is a year to relax. Eat healthier foods. You know, a lot of times people feel like eating healthy is a hassle. They feel like it's not fun. But this is how I remind myself when I get in that mode, because I get there too. I'm there now. Sort of, not really. But what we have to do is ask ourselves, where do I want to feel energetically in my body? What am I attuned to? Is this food that I'm eating attuning me in a way vibrationally? Because we're really vibrations. The ultimate reality is we are that vibrational beings. And the vibrations where we resonate help to create our reality. And so when we eat fresh fruits and vegetables, again, it's nature, baby. I'm telling you, I've eaten raw, 100% raw. And it's really hard to do that when people in your home aren't eating it too, and it's no judgment. You know, that was just my way. They didn't want to eat raw. I don't have a problem with that. But anyway, it was just too difficult, so I gave it up. I said, if I ever go radical in my diet again, it will be raw. Raw for me is it. I love how I feel when I eat 100% raw foods. It is amazing. And so it really has caused me to enjoy eating more raw fruits, vegetables, and because it attunes me in that way. Those have a high vibrational energy. The colors are right. They're natural. All that kind of good stuff. When I eat, foods that are cooked and maybe a little more processed, and energetically, those foods, they'll do something to you, because foods are chemicals. Food, it creates a chemical body. People will say foods are drugs. And I'm telling you, ask anybody who has a craving what their craving is, and I can almost assure you, based on what they want to eat, you will know what their problem is, why they're eating that food. Now, and it's sometimes you just want something sweet or whatever. I'm talking about people who know they're depressed. They're going to go get something with dairy in it, because that dairy nurtures them. This year in 2012, because Yemonyah says nurture, 2012, nurturance is very important. We need to nurture ourselves in 2012. And I'm telling you, part of the reason I end up so horrible at the end of the year is because I'm not nurturing myself. We feel, let's just go, and, give. It is good to give, but it is also good to give to yourself. It's good to receive some good nurturance. And so what the foods that we eat, a lot of us use these foods to comfort our emotions. But maybe the better thing is, instead of using the food to comfort the emotions, if you're going to do that, this is what I tell people. If you're going to attempt to make yourself feel better using food, then do so in a conscious manner. Don't lie to yourself. I get so tired of people lying to themselves. I'm eating this because... No, baby, you're eating that because you're numbing yourself, okay? Most of the time, the eating is so... And it's not mindless in a negative way, but, truly, it's just you eat it, at the end, you're like, oh, my God, I don't remember even... I ate all that? Really? Why? Because we're using food oftentimes to numb ourselves. So what we want to do is to start using the food to attune ourselves vibrationally. We want to eat healthy so that we can have ourselves attuned with our emotions. This is a year to really deal with the emotions. This is not a year to, baby, I'm just going to have this emotion. I'm going to fire it away. I'm going to use this thing. It could be anger. It could be depression. Oh, yeah, some people, they love being depressed. Most people who are depressed will say, no, I don't like being depressed. Being depressed is a comfort area for some people. Being angry for some people, as horrible as it seems to a lot of us, some people love being angry. Okay, look, y'all. Let's just be real with ourselves. When we experience an emotion, because emotions are chemicals. See, this body, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. The smallest unit of consciousness is the cell. So when we experience an emotion over and over and over, we program our cells, to say that is what we want. That is our predominant desire. We want that experience. So the more you experience an emotion, the more that emotion becomes entrenched in your consciousness, in your psyche. So what's important for us this year is to make sure we're engaging in emotions that are leading us in a direction of feeling good, leading us in a direction where we are going towards whatever it is we desire. Because oftentimes the negative emotion comes from the conflict. We feel led to do A, but we're afraid, or we don't feel worthy, or whatever is telling us, no, don't go for A. But we really feel like that's what I'm supposed to do. And so the conflict and the emotion comes from that back and forth oftentimes. Sometimes emotion is learned. You just see this is people around me, this is what they do, and next thing you know that you're just acting the same way they're acting, and it's not really because that's you. So this is a year for us to really connect with our emotions. We're not going to use food to numb them. We're not going to use anything to numb our emotions. Let's just deal with them. Emotions teach you. Emotions teach you. They will teach you why you think the way that you think. Because what sets you off emotionally today probably is connected to something that happened a long time ago. They created an error in thinking that needs to be corrected. No judgment. It's all easy and simple, sort of. We just got to become more aware. Rituals are important this year. You need to have your daily practices, weekly, monthly, follow the cycles of the moon. The moon cycles are incredibly important whenever Yemaya is on the scene. But again, this is a year where we need to relax. Stop being so uptight now. Chill out. Be receptive. You say you want it. This Gab says abundance will abound this year. If you will allow it, okay? Open your hands to receive that which you say you desire. Some of what needs to happen is that you need to learn more about how it all works. That's why I said study nature, but you may need to study writings. You may need to meditate a little bit more and really go out of your way and be intentional in understanding what true abundance is. It's in consciousness. It's in consciousness. So you want to open yourself to receive that which you say you want. Most people say, I want it, but then they do like this when they say, well, I don't deserve it, or I don't know if I'm going to get it, or I'm not sure. Or, you don't walk in it. You don't walk in it knowing you're going to get it, because the world has made you think you can get this much and maybe God will give it to you. You just got to hope and pray that God will, give it to you. All that kind of stuff. Let's see here. This is another good one. As we seek to meet God, Goddess, in our body temple. See, meditation is so important. The spiritual practice, like I was saying, so important. You want to meet God, Goddess, in your body temple? Shh, get quiet. Okay? Really get quiet and listen. And as you observe yourself, one of the things that's very important to ask yourself is, am I serving the goddess of my higher self, the God of my higher self, or of my lower self? Am I just really steeped in the level of consciousness that is my human self? Because that's what this is. This is me, but it's a very small level of consciousness. It's my physical consciousness. Same for you. Am I just feeding my ego? That's another way to say it. Is what I'm doing just about this worldly self. And I don't judge it, but it is something for you to think about, because eventually you can feel empty on that road. You can feel empty. And so the other question is, am I serving the goddess of my higher self, the God of my higher self? And so then the question becomes, am I doing this because, I feel the divinity within me is leading me to do it this way? And when we're wanting to access more abundance and prosperity, it's following the wisdom of the divine in you, the God in your body temple, that will most quickly lead you to the abundance of, what do you want abundance of? What do you want? Write it down. Write down what you want, and then allow the wisdom to lead you there. Know that in 2012, what you need is there. Stop thinking that you can't have it all. We can have it all, but sometimes, and this has been my lesson, my wisdom will put me on hold from getting what I think I want until I can wake up and hear what it is that I truly desire, so that I'm walking in alignment with my highest self. And this is why I'm understanding the yogis and the ones, the wise people who truly know, who are truly self-realized. They don't wish and hope for nothing worldly. You know what they want? They want to walk in peace. They want to walk in love. They want to walk in bliss. And they want to help everyone else get to that point. And when you get to that point, it becomes fun to create certain things in the world. But your happiness is not based on the things that you have. Your happiness in who and what you are is not defined by the work that you do. It all emanates out from your work. Your abundance, your flow all emanates out from knowing the peace, the truth, the wonder, the glory of who and what you are on the inside. So 2012 is supposed to be a good year. It's a year of abundance. It's a year of connecting with the earth. It's a year of femininity and allowing the energy of nurturance and the mother to really take us to that next level in our consciousness. Devotion is a key word for us this year. How devoted are you to your self-realization practice? How devoted are you in your walk with God? How devoted are you to really understanding what it is that you're supposed to do? Are you going to be sidetracked in 2012 anymore? I say nay. Don't let it happen. In 2012, let's be devoted to understanding ourselves, the human side of ourselves. We are all one family. I talked about the women. There's division based on nationality, based on color, based on religion, based on political affiliation. It is time for us to walk as one. We all came from the same womb, the womb of the divine. We all emanate from the one true source. Let us be devoted to understanding that we are one big human family. And when I hurt you, I hurt me. We cannot do it anymore. 2012 is set to be a year of love and peace, abundance, prosperity, all that kind of good stuff. I just can't say it enough. So that is the word that I have for you. And, another one will come soon, and I will post it and share it with you. If you would like personal divination for yourself, if you would just look at the box below, I will post the link to find out more about the readings that I do for people that want a roadmap to help them be more straight and narrow in their lives. Thank you so much for watching this. Peace, love, and Happy New Year. Feliz Año Nuevo. I've been learning Spanish, y'all. Peace, y'all. Love you.